Hi everyone. So what I've got here is my collection of Chic Sparrow Outlander leather TNs. In my previous video, I unboxed this TN in Claire, and I had a commenter by the name of Jenny who asked me for a comparison of the Browncoat color and the Verona color. And these two colors are actually available on the website. Today is August 1st when I'm filming this, so they're on there today, available only as weekly calendar covers. So you can still get these while they last. So I thought I would just take this opportunity to come on here and just talk about my current collection, what I think about it, and just compare and contrast all these different kinds. So I'll introduce them all. We'll start with the biggest, which is the Claire. This is a wide size and it is deluxe, so it has the pockets on the inside and stitching. The newly released Outlanders have matching stitching, which is really cool because Chic Sparrow typically does the contrasting white stitching. So Claire has the brown, Fraser is red, so it's got the matching red, and they re-released Highland Green, which is my favorite, and it now has matching green stitching. If you get the weekly calendar cover, it's going to come with the white, and if you have an older one from any of the previous releases of this color, it actually has brown stitching. So it's gone through a bit of a evolution. So Claire, and then these two narrows are Wine and Browncoat. And then the next two are the weekly calendar covers, so Verona and Highland Green. And then these last two are my pockets, so it's Time Traveler and another Browncoat. Which is funny, I have two brown coats because it's my least favorite color. But the reason I have two is because, well, I got these four together. So apparently it was National Notebook Day, I believe. I don't remember what day it was, and I didn't even know that it was National Notebook Day. But I popped on one of the Chic Sparrow Facebook groups just randomly, and Ruth from Chic Sparrow posted that they were putting up for sale all of their current stock of retired Outlander leathers. So the only way you would know they were there is if you saw her post, or if you just randomly stumbled upon the website and then you saw these for sale. So I went ahead and picked up four. And they were pretty deeply discounted as well, which was such a surprise. So I'm glad that they were, because I got the two brown coats, and you know, they're not my favorite. I won't get rid of them. They're inscribed anyway, but I still won't get rid of them because even though I'm not a fan of the color, I still think the construction and the leather quality and everything is just impeccable. So even though I'm not a fan of this color, I still work these into my rotation. So I still get my enjoyment out of them. So we will go ahead. Let's compare the browns that I have. So Claire, Verona, Browncoat. When I have them all like this is when I really notice the red undertones in the Claire. And Chic Sparrow describes this as having a really coppery pull-up quality, and I find that to be very accurate. I think the Verona and the Claire look most similar when you just glance at them. And it's really difficult to pick up color variation on camera, but you can kind of see on the spine there with the pull-up that the Verona I would call a really true chocolate brown. So it really does not have any of that red tone in it at all. And this was my first Outlander, and I got so attached to it, well, because it was my first one, but also because it reminds me of a Tootsie Roll. And even the pull-up reminds me of when you stretch, you know, the Tootsie Roll. And I even took to calling this Tootsie for a while. So I've really enjoyed that one. And then we have Browncoat. And you can kind of, I know this will pick up on camera, but you can kind of see how the brown looks really gray and kind of dusty and muddy. And it even has kind of a yellow greenish kind of tone to it that I think it almost looks sickly, like a sickly brown compared to the other two. And it's so terrible to talk bad about a Chic Sparrow, but the color just, it can't stand up to the rest of these browns. So not my favorite. And you can see here, I find that the insides are pretty indicative of what the pull-up is going to look like. So you can kind of see there. And yeah, I'm still really glad to have it. And like I said, I work it into the rotation, so it's fine. Everything's fine. They're all beautiful. So the feeling of these. So let me just pull these out so you could see the insides, because they are so vibrant on the inside. And I think a complaint of the Outlander colors is that it's so dark, and sometimes you can get one that's so dark it almost looks black in all of these colors. And sometimes people say they can only really tell what color it is whenever they do the pull up on it, where you pinch it, roll it, squish it, and just stretch it. But I find that the Outlander leather is so durable and so resilient. So if you do coax out that lighter color, it's going to go right back. So it will disappear back in and become completely even colored again. And then I find that as far as scratching, I find that it gets indentations and like divots and that kind of thing just from keys, you know, or just bouncing around in my purse. But it doesn't actually lighten the leather color. So the color stays intact, because you know how when you scratch a Mr. Darcy, the scratch is actually lightened, and then you can see that scratch and sometimes as well as feel it. This is quite durable, and if it scratches or gets dinged up, I find that it just creates a divot, and you know, you could just feel it, but that's it. And then also the leather is waterproof or water resistant, so if you spill anything on it, it will just pull up, and you can wipe it off, sop it up, and then it won't leave a dark spot on the leather or hurt it in any way. So that's fantastic. So as far as the feel of the leather, so we'll talk about Highland Green, because this was previously released in the past, and I think everybody sort of loved this color because it felt different from all of the other colors. So all of these, Browncoat Verona, Time Traveler, and Wine, at least mine, have a very waxy and some almost sticky texture to them. They're all very smooth, but they're not silky smooth. And then when Highland Green came out, I'm pretty sure everybody knows it's got that buttery, velvety, extra smooth and silky texture to it. Feels completely different than these. And if I'm not mistaken, this leather was sourced differently than these. So these came from a specific place, I believe, and this one came from somewhere else. So what they did was when they re-released this and then released Claire with it and then the red Fraser, they came from the same place. So Fraser and Claire came from wherever Highland Green came from. So it feels the same. And that is absolutely fantastic. I don't have a Fraser because I'm not a big fan of the bright colors, obviously. And that seems to be like a bright cherry red. I haven't seen one in person though, but I imagine it feels the exact same. Everybody that has one seems to indicate that, yeah, it feels the same as the Highland Green. So I'm really, really happy about that development. And I hope if they release more colors, you know, they have the same sort of feeling. But, you know, that's basically it. I think that's everything I wanted to say about the Outlander. Like, comment, and subscribe if you wish. I do appreciate it all so much. And thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again soon. Bye.